Hello, I'm Nobby Clark, welcome to my workshop. I'm just making this quick extra video for Saturday. I will have a regular video tomorrow on Sunday, but what I wanted to show you was my sticker board. You see I have a sticker on it. I have two, in fact, my own one and one from Paul of the Knackler's Workshop. I think I mentioned the one I got from Paul in an earlier video of mine. I mean, if you're not familiar with the Knackler's Workshop, give it a look, because Paul has some very interesting videos. He seems to source lots of very interesting tools and bits of machinery. Some of the tools he refurbishes, and he's got some very nice equipment in his workshop. Paul is also a very keen cyclist, and some of the videos show various modifications and upgrades that he's making to various bicycles as well. I received, that was the second sticker he sent me. I also received a sticker from Aid Swash. Now Aid's channel is very interesting. If you haven't seen any of his videos before, do give Aid Swash a look, because he's an excellent machinist. I gather just sort of a hobby machinist like myself, but he makes lots of very interesting engines and steam engines, running them on compressed air, the same as myself. But he's also has engines that he buys sort of ready-made, and runs those as well. Fairly recently he started to do some metal casting. I think there's been one video so far, obviously making some experimental castings, and I hope that we'll see more of that in the future. Obviously for Knackler's Workshop and Aid Swash, I'll put the links below this if you want to sort of have a look at these particular channels. Another thing that Aid does, a lot of the engines he's made plans of, which he allows you to download free of charge, which is a very generous thing to do. No sort of charge for these, or Patreon charge or whatever. So if you want any plans for any of the mostly sort of wobbler engines that he's made, you know, have a look at that as well. I'm going to attempt to put this sticker on the board without completely messing it up, so let's have a go. That wasn't too bad. That went up okay. There's another sticker, third one, I've received from a very familiar channel to everyone, I guess, Rustanox. This is Michelle. Michelle's in Belgium. His videos are really fantastic. You must give his channel a look if you're not one of the thousands that do already. He's such an amusing man. His videos are full of fun, and the great thing about Michelle's channel is that a lot of the things he makes are from basically scrap metal. He's apparently found a local scrapyard where he gets lots of bits of metal from, and he makes some marvellous things. He's recently got another old lathe in his workshop, which he's refurbishing and making lots of parts for. I mean, some of the things that Michelle makes, I wouldn't even attempt to try to make, but he seems to be able to do the miraculous things with the machinery he's got. He's got a shaper in the workshop, and a fantastic milling machine. I must say, it's a milling machine. I'd love to own one like this, but give him a look. I'll put the link to Rustanox's channel as well. I'm sure if you watch lots of YouTube channels, not only from here in the UK, but channels all over the world, you're more than likely to see a Rusternox sticker in the background. So now do give him a look. He has sent me 2 of these, so whether he thinks there's a likelihood that I'll probably mess this one up, but let's have a go. I'm going to have to put his one a little bit lower down here because it's quite a wide sticker, but if I can line that up, hopefully that's level, and then peel out the back. There we are. Rusternox is thicker. Oh, I've left a bit of the backing tape on there. I'll fix that later. It's obviously in I think actually I didn't notice that. I think this is almost like crackback sticky material. I believe that Rusternox prints his own stickers as well. So that's it. I've got 3 stickers on my sticker board now. This is one of the cabinets in my workshop that I bought from a charity shop to keep lots of bits and pieces in. So I think this is going to be perfect for stickers. I can't go down too far because they'll be on the floor. I'll probably find other places to put stickers as well. Just a couple of other things to show you before we go. If you've watched my channel before, over the last year and a half, I've shown various tools that I've bought second hand. You'll probably realise I'm a bit of a sucker for for old workshop tools, particularly tools that were made in England. I go to various events at our local museum, and one of the events there's a chap comes down from Norfolk and has sort of a carload of tools. I think he gets them from garage and shed clearances, and I've bought loads and loads of things from him. But also where we live, we have one of these sort of antique curio moles, and we were there, the wife and I, in fact on Thursday, and I just sort of look around to see what bits and pieces are there for sale. I bought 3 items that I found there. These are sort of very old wire cutters, but they're made by I think now a defunct company called Toga. It was made in England. They're just very old wire cutters. They are missing the spring. I think they have a spring on these like the springs on secateurs, which obviously at some point they've pinged off and somebody's lost them. You can buy these springs very easily, but to be perfectly honest, to buy a new spring for this would probably cost over twice what I paid for these. I think these are about £1.50, but I thought they were just nice to have, and they're in nice order. They don't really need any cleaning up. I looked up Toga. I mean, I have got 1 or 2 other. I think they're pliers made by Toga. Toga was a name used apparently by a company called Buck and Hickman's. They were a tool company in the London area. It was 2 gentlemen, well, Buck and Hickman, that got together and opened a tool shop, but I gather they eventually relocated to Sheffield. So whether the tools were originally made in Sheffield, I don't really know. There's a bit of history on that company on Wikipedia. And I also bought this quite nice deburring tool. Just attracted to this because it's made by Moore and Wright in Sheffield. It's quite a nice one in nice order. When I already have a deburring tool anyway, which I do use quite a bit. This one, this was one I bought at the at our local museum. There's no well, there is actually I think there is actually a maker's name on this. I haven't looked at it very closely. I think this could be Moore and Wright as well, and I use this one quite often for deburring holes on the lathe. But they're really nice things to have. The old-fashioned style of deburring tool. The next item I bought was this. I was attracted to this because it was on a shelf in this antique mall, and this literally was rusted solid, and it was completely jammed. It was actually covered in rust, and the rust around here was almost growing, and I could just very, very basically see some engraving on here as well. So what I did was, when we got home, I put this in a container and covered it with distilled vinegar, and I left it soaking yesterday afternoon and most of and overnight as well. So it's had about a day and a half soaking in the vinegar, and then I scrubbed it in hot soapy water and got a lot of the rust off, and then I re-soaked it for a few hours in some WD-40, and then locked this in the vise, and then went to work on this knurled screw here, and managed to get it all released, got it all apart, and gave it a really good clean up with a wire brush, and then a green scrubbing cloth as well. And it's revealed all the writing on here. If you can see that, the trade name of this, I've seen these before. The trade name for this is Girder, and it's made by Joseph Lucas in Birmingham. So I've basically got it working. The little screw here basically is a stop screw, so that you don't wind this right out and this bit pops out of the end. And got it, I've oiled it all and got it working again. But I thought it was such a nice thing. Shows I'm a sucker for these things, but I thought it was just a lovely thing to have. I've got quite a lot of very old spanners of all different types, and it's just an extra interest for me to collect things like this. So I thought you might be interested in seeing those little items that I got the other day. I mean, all of these were very, very inexpensive, because this was all completely rusted up. It had a price ticket on it of £1.50, because I guess no one would want to pay very much money for it, but or whoever was selling it may not be the type that would clean it up and get it working. But I guess if you've got this fully working again, obviously it would be worth more. But that's, obviously the thing with old tools in these antique shops anyway. I thought it might be of interest to you. So there will be a regular video tomorrow. I don't know if you noticed in the background my safety glasses with a pair of reading glasses fixed into them, because I need reading glasses now for all the close-up work in the workshop, and it's a bit of a problem sometimes having glasses on and then putting the safety glasses on top. I thought it'd be a good idea to fix a spare pair of my reading glasses inside some safety glasses, so that both things always go on together, because I have to confess that now I'm using reading glasses in the workshops. There's been occasions where I've put my reading glasses on and forgotten to put the safety glasses on top, which obviously could be rather dangerous. But I have ordered some safety glasses which have a bifocal section on the bottom here, because the other problem is when you've got these on, I can't really see clearly all around the rest of the workshop. So I thought if I had bifocal types, I can obviously use the bifocal bit while I'm working on the lathe milling machine and whatever, and then by just moving my vision I can see the rest of the workshop as well. I think that's going to be a lot safer for me as well. I guess you've probably seen these special bifocal safety glasses. The one I've bought, I think, made by a company called Bolay. But you know, that you just find them very easily just by putting safety glasses with diopter corrections, and you'll find them. Anyway, that's it for me on this quickie video, and hope you perhaps take a look at my video tomorrow. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me. Bye bye for now.